Hey everybody, it's Dakota. Welcome back to another flow. Today is super simple, a good flow to do whether you're just waking up in the morning and you want to wake up your body in a gentle manner, or if you want to, give your body a little bit of love before you go to bed at night. This is just something to get through your joints and roll out your body nice and smoothly. So it's good to see you. Let's go ahead and hop into tabletop to start. And all we're going to do, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're just going to do a few spine circles. So wherever you're at, we're just going to take the chest. So try to draw this middle vertebrae and draw circles with it. So these could just be small little chest movements, down, around, and up. It could be however it looks like to you, just taking that vertebrae right there in the center of the chest and drawing circles with it. And then incorporating your breath, maybe inhaling as you round at the bottom, exhaling as you round at the top. And switching directions whenever you feel comfortable. Just trying to find maybe 3 to 4 circles this way as well. And again, incorporating the breath, feeling the body just being fluid, flowing like water. Wonderful. Whenever you're done with that, we're just going to sit the hips down onto the heels, walk the hands forward into a child pose. Go ahead and give a little rock left and right here. Just feeling good. Massaging out the hip creases with our little movements here. And then maybe reach your hands forward, give a little extension through the side bodies, and drop the elbows down and bring the hands in prayer pose. And maybe you bring the hands above the head a few times, just going back and forward, giving the triceps a little stretch and adding a little stretch to the chest. Wonderful. And maybe you stay there and rock a little bit left and right here. It's a beautiful little stretch for the lats, the armpit areas. Awesome. Bring the hands back down, gaze forward, and as you inhale, we're going to come up straight into our seal pose. Just roll the body forward. And then as you exhale, send the hips straight back into child's. Great. Let's do that one more time. Just inhale, rolling up. Again, just being fluid with your motion. And then exhale, roll it back. We're going to go up to the right this time. So inhale as you bring your hips up through the right side. Exhale, guide them back. One more time this direction. Just lubricating the hips. Stretching out the wrists. Exhaling, send it back. Switching directions. Inhaling up through the left. Exhale back to the right. This is one of my favorite movements to do in the morning. I probably do this all the time. Anytime I'm just feeling a little bit of low back pain or hip pain, I'm eating my yoga mat and I'm doing this. Wonderful. On your next inhale, let's roll straight forward into our seal pose again. And then exhale, come into your down dog. If this is nighttime for you and you don't want to do a down dog, you can hold a tabletop, just wiggling the hips left and right. But if you're in your down dog, just pedal at the feet. You just want some lubrication in the hips. Maybe shake out the shoulders. Maybe sway out the hips left and right. Wonderful. And wherever you're at, tabletop or down dog, we can lift this right leg up to the ceiling. As you exhale, step that foot down on the outside of the right hand. And we're going to drop this left knee down. Just inhale, open this right hand up to the ceiling or sky. And maybe exhale, you might continue to reach the chest open here. We're just going to roll out the wrists here. Just feeling that extra sense of reaching the right hand away from the left hand, feeling that fascia, get that beautiful little stretch. Wonderful. One more inhale. As you exhale, right hand wraps around the right foot. Bring the right foot under you. And we're just going to send the hips into a forward fold as you exhale. Right here, we're good. And a nice little runner split. You might keep your chest up here. You might use blocks in your hand. You might just enjoy this little forward fold here. I'm going to, well, my favorite go-to is a little bit of cat-cow movement. So maybe you can stay still for the next couple breaths. But if you want to join me, you can. As you inhale, just drop the belly button forward, reach the chest up, and then exhale, curl around. Inhale, open up the front body, and exhale round. Just something to explore the pelvic floor. On your next inhale, bend that knee again. Open up the heart. And as you exhale, hands wrap the foot. Take your chaturanga maybe. Inhaling up dog or seal pose. And then exhale back into your tabletop or your down dog. And we're going to inhale, left foot reaches up. As you exhale, step that foot down by that left pinky. Drop the right knee down. And we're going to inhale, reach this left hand up to the ceiling this time. Maybe pause here. If you want to continue to open up as you exhale, you can. And roll around that left wrist. Just feeling the body open up. Keeping the hands reaching away from one another. That's where you get that extra sense of opening the fascia. Feels wonderful. I absolutely love it. One more inhale here, wherever you're at. As you exhale, left hand wraps that left foot, walking that left foot underneath you, and come into your forward fold. So you straighten out the left leg, try to square your hips as much as you can, and whatever you want to do here, maybe you're still a few breaths, maybe you try that cat-cow movement. You drop the belly button, reach the chest forward as you inhale, and as you exhale, you curl around. Inhale, opening front body. These can be small movements too. Like when I first started, I could barely move my pelvic floor at all. It's just about how flexible your hamstrings are. Real good there. On your next inhale, bend that left knee, open up the heart to the front. And as you exhale, take your vinyasa. Maybe you take a chaturanga. Inhale, seal pose or up dog. And then exhale, let's come into our child pose once again. Feels great. Rocking left and right. Legs feeling much better now. A little bit more open through the hips. Let's go ahead and walk the hands to the left side of the mat and step the right hand on top of the left hand. One big breath here into the right side of the body as you reach the right hip crease back. Reaching the right hand up and away. And on the exhale, slowly start to walk your hands back over to the right this time. Left hand steps onto the right hand. Big breath here. Inhaling into that left side body. Reach that left hip crease back. Getting long. And as you exhale, slowly come back to the center. We're going to walk the fingers forward, coming into our puppy pose, until your hips are right above the knees and we stop. So here, this could be, where you stop. You could add a little cushion under your chest, because we're going to hold this for about 10 breaths or so. So you can find what variation works with you. And if you're able to, bring your hands to heart center again, and bring your hands above your head. Just adding a little stretch here. And maybe you go reaching the hands forward and back a few times, just to play around here with those joints. Just moving in and out of the, maybe the spot gets a little bit more intense for you when you bring your hands above the head. Just exploring it. And maybe you keep the hands above your head and wiggle left and right a little bit. Just small movements here. Exploring the chest, how it's open right now. The sensation in the armpit. I know, I love it. Feels good. And you can always add blocks under your elbows here to make this more intense if you'd like. That's an option as well. Just letting the chest drop down. One more breath here. On the next exhale, slowly roll the body forward, bringing the hips down to the mat. Elbows underneath the shoulders. We're just going to come into Sphinx pose. So pull the elbows back as you reach the chest up and forward to the front of the room. And we're going to drop the chin slightly forward, reaching the crown of the head up and away. So getting really long through the spine here. I like to imagine my hip points are glued to the mat, and I'm pulling my chest up and away from my hip points, getting that nice decompression through the spine. And again, the neck is another reaching through the spine, just reaching all the way from the hips up through the crown of the head. One more inhale here. Wonderful. As you exhale, slowly come down. We're going to either come into locust pose, so you can bring your hands behind your back, interlock your hands, and come up like so. But if you want to, we're going to grab the ankles, and we're going to come into bow pose. But you don't have to go very intense with this. We just want to open up the front body, give a nice little stretch to the front body. So as you inhale, reach the knee pits away from the armpits. And as you exhale, start to kick the legs up just a little bit and find your 50% where you start to feel a little stretch. And we're going to breathe there. Just feeling the arms open up, the shoulders, the collarbones, kicking the feet up to the ceiling. One more inhale. And as you exhale, slowly come down. Straighten out the legs. Bring your hands beside your shoulders so they're right underneath. Let's straighten out the left arm here. And we're going to open up the right hip to the left. Maybe you just point this hand to the ceiling and use this right hand over here to press the chest up and stretching out this left shoulder, left chest area. And if you want to, you can always walk around with this left hand. Find out where is the best stretch. Go ahead and find one more breath. And then we're coming back to the center, just switching hands. Left hand comes on the shoulder, straighten out the right hand to the side. Bringing that left hip, opening up, reaching your knee to the ceiling. And again, use that left hand to maybe give a little push. Just a gentle lifting of the left side to stretch out that right bicep, the shoulder, the chest, really everything. I love dynamic stretches where you can feel it in a few different parts. You can always play around them just a little bit more. And we all got to work on our flexibility, right? So we got to love it. Slowly come back to the front. Bring that left hip down. Both hands underneath your shoulders, chest. And inhale, come up into your seal pose. We're going to exhale, meeting back into our child pose. And this is where we're going to end today. So maybe it's a wide child pose this time. Maybe it's a close. Just dropping your forehead down. And we're going to hold this for as long as you want. As always, just thanking yourself for hopping on your mat. And I want to thank you for practicing with me today. And I hope to see you again very soon. Namaste.